Welcome in everybody to Saturday morning football on Fan Blitz Network. We are here in beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico in the shadow of Sandia Crest as the San Antonio Missions travel here to take on the Albuquerque Dukes in Week 1 action of the American Continental Football League on the Fan Blitz Network. We got an exciting game coming up. How does it get any better than this? Football on a Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, and we are having coffee, we are having football, so wake up with us on Fan Blitz Network of the ACFL. Here you see Marvin Yu, outside linebacker for the Albuquerque Dukes, looking to defend the home turf here as San Antonio comes out of the tunnel. Here are your hometown Albuquerque Dukes.
And here comes your home team. The away team wins the toss.
So, Albuquerque to kick it off, San Antonio to receive here on Saturday morning football, the ACFL on Fan Blitz Network. Fields kick it about the 15-yard line and fumble right on the kickoff. That is not the way you want that to go. The home team is going to recover and the Dukes are set up in excellent field position just a few seconds into this game with excellent execution. I want you to know that we also are streaming live on Twitch. Glitch with the audio right now over on Twitch, but we are here on YouTube, ready to go with the ACFL as the Dukes drop back to pass and tries to get him near that first down line, but he's going to come up with
Second down.
So, 2nd and 3 from the 22. Quarterback in the shotgun, back to his right. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and we've seen the running game work well early for these American Continental Football League teams in Week 1.
Omaha!
So, single back, goes up the middle, and he's got a first down and then some. 3rd and 1 to 1st and 10.
Tackled by number down. Let's go get
I formation here for the Dukes. Gives it inside, and he's got a good yardage right there. Looks like another first down and 10 inside run.
First down.
So this is the opposite of what we saw from that Milwaukee Cruisers, New Jersey Continentals game. That game was a tragedy. This one here, all about the ground game. As Albuquerque takes it in and scores first. So, pending the extra point, the Dukes will be up 7-0, drawn first blood here at home. How do the San Antonio Missions respond? And look at that. You might never see that doink off the top of the goalpost. You see a lot of the doinks on extra points and field goals and everything else, but kicking has been an issue early on in this ACFL season, and that's one I've never seen before. Probably won't see it right off the top of the goalpost as San Antonio fields that kick and gets it up to about the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 with an empty set for the San Antonio Missions. So, drops back to pass. He's looking for somebody. He has a receiver. Shallow up the seam there, but it's enough for a first down for the San Antonio Missions. So, empty set again from the 43-yard line, and maybe this is what we're going to see out of the San Antonio Missions offense. 3 minutes left to go in the first. He's looking and hits the same receiver again. The receiver tries to escape over the middle of the crossing route. That's not the play to do it, but just a gain of a couple there, but a couple of completions, and the San Antonio offense is moving. Drops back looking, and he has a receiver popping over the defender. The defender's momentum carried him out of bounds, left the receiver in open space, but the Albuquerque defense quickly rallies to bring him down. Single back in the backfield for the San Antonio Missions here. First and 10 from the 34. His quarterback drops back to pass. He's looking, and he hits his running back there. That's going to take him inside 10-yard line as this San Antonio offense is putting on a textbook first drive. Single back in the backfield, quarterback under center, a minute 40 left to go in the first quarter. Drops back to pass, looking, and we said textbook. That was textbook. Hits his receiver on a slant route and into the end zone. It doesn't get much better than that, folks. Very efficient drive, methodically drove down the field via the pass, barely ran it at all, if any, and now they are tied up. Could take the lead pending this extra point. Right down Broadway, the Missions will take the lead over the hometown Albuquerque Dukes. So, a gaffe early on the fumble on the kickoff that caused Albuquerque to go up 6. But the Missions, not daunted, quickly respond, and now they're kicking off to the Albuquerque again.
Number 54 with the tackle.
So Missions lead it 7-6 over the Albuquerque Dukes. A minute and a half left to go. Dukes quarterback in the backfield, looking for somewhere to go with it out of the shotgun. He hits his receiver, number 14. He's going to get close to the first down line there, but it looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 2 from the 39. So same formation, except the back is on the other side. Shotgun snap to the quarterback, hands it off inside, and that's going nowhere. It's going to be a loss. It's going to be 3rd and 4 at least. 3rd and 5, actually. So 3rd and medium to go here from the 36-yard line. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Bounce back to pass. He's looking for somebody and hits his running back right in the hands, but they are just not quite on the same page there. Running back with a clear drop, and Albuquerque is going to have to play. We've seen a bit of that early on. Hands have been questionable, but the more these guys play together, the more they get their timing down, the more things like this will improve. And fields it. So, San Antonio returner fields that. A little bit of room, gets up around the 40-yard line. Looks like he's going to be at the 38, as they're going to go with that empty set again, and why not? They just drove down the field with it on their last drive. They're looking to do it again. Spins out of a tackle, and he is all the way up near the opposing 40-yard line. He's going to be at about the 41-yard line, as San Antonio looks to extend this lead now into Albuquerque territory. So hands it off up the middle. That's the first run for them. Pick up the ball. 2nd and 6. Looks like he picked up 4 on the play from the 37-yard line. I formation, which is a deviation from this empty set they've run so far. But still drops back to pass out of it. The receiver's got a ton of room, but close to the first down. Looks like they did give it to him. The receiver had all kinds of room because momentum hadn't let him out of bounds there. So, San Antonio going back to that empty set, up 7-6. And that slant route, that's how they hit the touchdown, and that's how they're going to get a big gain of 8 yards on first down. So 2nd and 2 from the 23. The Missions are driving. Single back in the backfield. Hands it off. He is met in the backfield. That's going to be 3rd and a medium. So 3rd and 4 there from the 25-yard line. Missions still up 76. Takes the snap, gives it to his running back. The running back has first down a little bit slower, so that is the last one. This run makes up for it. Gets the first down and a yard extra. So, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And the drawn-out screen there, he's lucky to get that hands on the back set, but he gets out the 18-yard line. 2nd and 8. Fast-paced football here with these 6-minute quarters. And as you can see, it feels like we just started. We're already almost on the half. Got 2 scores, 2.5 left to go in the second quarter. So, 3rd and just over medium here, nearing the 2-minute warning. Single back in the backfield from the 16-yard line. Quarterback gets caught up on the center exchange. That's going to take us to the 2-minute. 4th and 7. The Missions are going to have to settle for a field goal attempt here. Boots it through and it's good. The Missions are going to lead 10-6 just out of the 2-minute warning. Laskin with that 27-yard field goal there, and he is going to kick it off back to the Albuquerque Dukes here at home in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So, decent return there. Gets it up to about the 31-yard line, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10. We need to see a little more out of this Duke's offense outside of a botched play where they ended up with great field position. They really haven't shown much, but a good start there with a 11-yard run. So 1st and 10 from the 42, minute and a half left to go, and bit of urgency here as they pass it. That's going to be short, top short, and so it's going to be 2nd and long. Gives it to the running back. Somehow manages to gain his way out from the defender, and it's going to be 3rd and short. Under a minute now left to play in the 2nd quarter. 31 from the 49, and that's not what you want to see. So on 3rd and 1, they try to give it out of the shotgun, and that's going to be a loss of 1, 4th and 2. And here they're going for it on 4th down, and he gets it. Gets it up to about the 40-yard line. 30 seconds left to go. And we see teams going pretty conservative here early on in the ACFL. We see a big pass play there, but they're reluctant to take their time to the last few seconds. And I wonder if a bit of that is getting a feel for the game, so you don't see the sense of urgency that you normally would see in the NFL or something like that, because players are still getting a feel for a game, coaches are still getting a feel for the timing of the 6-minute quarters. And see, here we are, 6 seconds left to go. And the Albuquerque Dukes have just now caught their first timeout. So these coaches very mistake averse. They want to avoid the mistakes early on here until they get a feel for how this league shakes out. And look at that. So I don't think anybody could have expected that, not even the coach, but that's about as good a result as you could have hoped for. Running back takes it with 6 seconds left to go, and they would have been lucky to get it down and get a field goal. Instead, he rumbles away from the defense and rumbles in for a touchdown. So, extra point kicking has been an adventure here so far in the ACFL. Let's see if it gets better here. And so, the first extra point goes right off the top of the upright. And this one, he puts it through. So kickoff here, 1 second to go, and barring a big return, this is going to end the half for us. As Albuquerque, with next to no momentum, comes out and takes the lead right before half. So we got us a game here, folks, as the San Antonio Missions visit the Albuquerque Dukes here in the shadow of Sandia Crest in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's the Saturday morning war in the desert here on Fan Blitz Network. This is the American Continental Football League. I'm your host. I want to remind you that you can catch the American Continental Football League on Twitch, on YouTube, all season long. Live streams on Twitch. The audio is somewhat questionable there sometimes, but also we have full game replays of every game available on YouTube. Just type in Fan Blitz Network, and you can find all these games with me calling almost every single week. So, as we get ready to start the second half here, the Mission will be kicking off to the Dukes. And he's going to have to field that right near his own goal line, but he is out of there in a hurry, gets it up just to the 25-yard line, and that's where they're going to start. 1st and 10 for the Albuquerque Dukes, riding all kinds of momentum coming out of the half after that big score. Shotgun snap here. Hands it off to his running back, and why not? That's who got him the score, and that's who's going to get him the first down for about 2 more. So Albuquerque on the move early in the second half from the 37-yard line. 1st and 10. 13-10 over the San Antonio Missions right now are the Dukes. Hands it off that running back again. Oh, looks like 2 yards there, so a little bit behind schedule there. Single back in the backfield from the 38-yard line, 2nd and 8. Quarterback had a running back over on the Texas route, but passed that up. Acted like he was going to run it, hesitated for a second, and now it's going to be 3rd and 11, empty set for the Albuquerque Dukes. So looking for somewhere to go with it, and he does. Finds his receiver on an over route. The receiver had it in his hand, just underneath contact. So a punt coming up from the Albuquerque Dukes. Outside of that one drive at the end of the half, we really haven't seen a lot of offensive momentum from them as they boot it. And San Antonio is going to field it with some room. And a couple of spins, gets him right up near the 50. Looks like it's going to be about the 28. So great starting field position for the San Antonio Missions here as they look to retake the lead, coming out in a shotgun formation with a back to the left. 1st and 10 from the 48. Hands it up the middle. Unnecessary spin. It looks like he's running back. So seeing a couple of ghosts as they go into the hole. We just see a spin with nobody around, but he still got some yards out of that. Got a nice 5-yard gain, so they'll try it again. Another spin, and that one's going to cost him. That hesitation is going to get taken down behind the line. Loss of 1. 3rd and 6 coming up, and they're in the I formation. But I expect them to pass out. And I will. So, shows willing. Instead, 4th down. Punt coming up here for the San Antonio Missions. That's not the drive you want to have. They were looking to drive down and take back this lead, and they couldn't do it. But with the way their defense is playing so far, they at least have something to hang their hat on here and hope that they would get a few more points out of this. So, nobody fields the kick. 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line. A great punt there. Albuquerque drops back to pass, and they got a receiver with a little bit of open space, and that's going to get them some breathing room there for the goal line. So 6 yards up to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 4 for the Dukes. Single back formation. Minute 20 left to go in the 3rd, and he's going to hand it off, and down behind the line. So from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 5, and that's not the direction we want to be going. So, pivotal 3rd down here, 3rd and 6 turns out. Shotgun for the quarterback. Fakes the handoff, and goodness gracious. So the receiver tries to get a hook route there, but the momentum from the hook route brings him back behind the line, even though he had some space, and so only able to pick up a couple there. And Albuquerque's going to punt. So, puts a boot into it. And fields it at the 50-yard line. That's going to be a fair catch. So they started out the last drive with great field position, and they're going to start out this drive with even better field position as they come out single back set. 20 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Back to pass. Got his running back on the Texas route. That's only going to be about 2 or 3 yards, maybe not even that. So it's like 2nd and 8 from the 48. Winding down towards the end of the 3rd quarter here. Quarterback under center, back behind him, and he's going to hand it off. Running back gets another yard. 3rd and 7 is not a good way to be. So, as we end the 3rd quarter, Albuquerque still leading the San Antonio Missions at home. 13-10. As the quarterback drops back to pass out of the shotgun. He's got a receiver, but the defender closed quickly, and we have an injury. We'll step aside, and we'll return.
Incomplete pass. 4th down.
So 4th and 7 here for the San Antonio Missions. They're going to punt at the start of the 4th quarter here. With these 6-minute quarters, it's faster-paced football, but also you have to worry about the amount of drives that you're going to get if you're the defense, if you're having to punt. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, you don't want to go for it on 4th and 7 as Albuquerque lines up 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. So, nice run there early. Looks like a pickup of about 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4 from the 31-yard line. 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun, back to his left. And hands it off up the middle. He's going to have a first down. And if you're Albuquerque, the offense hasn't been really mistakes, and you want to try to run this clock.
Hey, listen up, listen up.
So, under center, single back behind him. Running back takes it, falls down for a couple of yards.
Let's go, get one.
I formation here for the Dukes. 2nd and 7. Pitches it out left, and we saw that for a couple of teams here in week 1 of the American Continental Football League. Works okay. Picks up a couple of yards, 3rd and 5. And you got a few plays in the playbook for 3rd and 5, not a lot for 3rd and more than that. Single back here for the Albuquerque Dukes, and they're content to just hand this off. The running game has been pretty strong, but that's not going to get them there. 4th and a couple, and that's probably going to be true. We've seen a good number of those in this week 1 ACFL. One of the few games I skipped the call on this week was the Milwaukee Cruisers traveling to take on the New Jersey Continental. That ended up being the highest scoring game of the week, so kind of sad that I missed out on that, but a good defensive battle here, right? That's not to be undersold. As the Missions line up, 2.5 left to go in the 4th. I formation. Drops back to pass, and looks like he got tipped at the line there. That pass goes nowhere. It's going to be 2nd and 10. The Missions really need to get something going here. If you have to punt it away again, it's not going to be pretty because the Albuquerque Dukes can just run out the clock from there. So 2nd and 10 from the 28. Hands it off, and that's not going to do it. It's going to be 3rd and at least 9 there, maybe 3rd and a full 10. It is going to be 3rd and a full 10 as we reach the 2-minute warning. And if you're San Antonio, where's your sense of urgency? Finally, we see them going back to the empty set that worked so well for them early on. I don't know why they haven't gone back to that sooner, but it's do or die time now, and maybe that's why they haven't gone back to it sooner, because there is a blatant drop to the wide receiver on the slant route.
4th down.
So, no time to punt here. 4th and 10, they're going to go for it out of the shotgun, and looking for anybody, and his receiver. He had him on a slant route. The receiver had some space just to have enough push to get up there past the first down line. And that's going to about do it. 1 first down here, and it's pretty much going to be over for the San Antonio Missions here at home against the Albuquerque Dukes. So not a ton of scoring in this game, but the Albuquerque Dukes looking to power run this and salt it in for 2nd and 8 here for the Dukes. And if you're the Missions, you got to start thinking about calling some timeouts here, especially if you're getting stops. You don't want to let them run it all the way down to nothing. And it's not going to matter though. So, there comes the first time. And 2nd and 8 from 1st and 10 inside the red zone, right at the 20-yard line. And so for Albuquerque, couple of runs, and this thing will be in the books. So just 1 timeout left for the Missions here. They're going to stop it once more, and then they're going to be SOL as the Dukes are trying to close out this victory here at home, and that's the victory formation. So victory formation again for the Albuquerque Dukes, pardon me. That'll lead them to 4th down. They will have to do something with it to get rid of this last little bit on the clock, and it looks like they're going to try for a long field goal. If I was San Antonio, I'd get somebody back there to try to return it, but they don't. So there we are, 16-10, a few seconds left to go here in the game. And you gotta like the way this kicker has rebounded. Missed the extra point early on, but comes back, makes the next first extra point, makes that long field goal there to put them up by 6 late in the game. And so the Missions are facing an uphill battle here. 38-yard line, and down by 6. Gets caught up with the center there. That's not going to help. They need to hurry this up fast and get the ball back on the line.
Here we go. Thunder.
Letting the defense switch, and you shouldn't do that. Why are you running it? Never mind. So, a truly odd play call there, and they got to get up on the line. The running back ran out of gas. He got caught. And that's why you ask yourself, why do you run it? Do they got time? Do they got time to get back on this ball and try to get another play off here? And it looks like they don't. The clock is going to strike midnight.
First down.
They do manage to get it. They managed to get it with 2 seconds left. Oh my goodness. The running back just 7 yards from tying this thing up, allowing them to win it with an extra point, and runs out of gas, gets tackled. They got time for one play, and they don't quite get it, so that's how it's going to end. An exciting end to a pretty lethargic game there offensively, as the Dukes win it at home to go 1-0 in conference play and division play against division rival San Antonio. And they win it 16-10 over San Antonio. So, if you're the San Antonio Missions, if you're the coach, you gotta go back home this week and try to reset. Say what went wrong, why did we go away from what worked so well early? And then if you're the Albuquerque Dukes, you gotta be happy that you managed to get out of here with a win. There was multiple chances that they could have lost it. The offense was just lethargic the entire game. And so, for the Albuquerque Dukes, if not for that opening kickoff fumble, they might be heading out of here at 0-1. Nevertheless, there it is. It's in the books. Albuquerque Dukes 1-0. San Antonio Missions 0-1 in Week 1 of the American Continental Football League. You've been watching the ACFL on Fan Blitz Network. This has been the Saturday Morning War in the Desert, and I've been your host, Matt Sparks. I want to thank our sponsor, Drive Ride Service, the ride service for Albuquerque and the entire tri-state area, the 5-state area even. And if you need a ride, call Drive. Once again, I've been your host, Matt Sparks. This has been the ACFL on Fan Blitz Network. We will see you all for Week 2 of the ACFL. 2 games left to go this week. I hope you guys are watching here on Twitch and on YouTube. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and be sure to share these on social media, because we want everybody to see this great action, this great excitement that is the American Continental Football League. Thank you for watching.